Okay, I'm back again on part 3 on our tutorial, and I will be showing you how to make the flower, the leaf, how to sew it on, and the very top of the rim of the boot. So we are almost done with this project, and I think this one is coming out so cute. I love these colors. They're just so bright and they stand out so well. I just love these colors. So let's get started. So here's our boot. And we're going to do the top of this. So we're going to use the pink yarn now, or any color you choose. And I make my slip knot. And I'm going to go in the back. I know my yarn stopped over here. And it does work its way over once in a while. But I want it to come from the back here. So I'm going to attach it to the back. Because we're going to just do this once. We're not just going to go over and over again. And what I want you to do is, instead of going this way, we're going to go the opposite way on our project. Reason for this is for the bubble stitch to stick out instead of flipping it around. So I want you to chain 1, and we're going to go into the next stitch. And the next stitch, we're going to wrap our yarn around, go into that stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go into the stitch again, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go into the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go into the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, and pull through all 5. So you should have 4 of them inside the stitch. That's what we're looking for. 4 of those ones that we just did. So I'm going to show you what I mean again on the next one. So the next one, we're just going to do a single stitch. As you see, I'm going the opposite way and it comes out puffy. See that big old puff? That's what you want. So we're going to go in, and I'm going the inside of the boot, not the outside of the boot. I'm inside the boot. So instead of going down, like, here's my boot. I want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm talking about here. Okay, normally you guys, everybody crochets inside the boot like this, okay? What I'm showing you is we're turning the project on this side of the boot, and we are crocheting inside. So you want to flip your inside open pretty much, and we're going to go inside these. So pretty much it's like crocheting backwards, but we're not. So this way the stitches pop out good. So here we go again. We're going to go wrap our yarn around. We're going to go into the stitch inside the boot like I told you. Pull through. Go through 2, that's 1. Okay, that's what I mean by 1. Now we're going to do that again, wrap our yarn around, go in again, pull through, wrap our yarn around, go through 2, that's 2. Wrap your yarn around, go in, pull through 2, that's 3. Wrap your yarn around, go through, pull through, go through 2, that's 4. Then you wrap your yarn around and you go through all 5. Now the next one, we're going to go to a single stitch. And like I said, we're doing this the inside of the boot. We're not working on the outside of the boot. We're actually opening this up and working the inside of the boot. Okay, so here's the boot. You're going to wrap your yarn around, go into the stitch, pull through, go through 2, wrap your yarn around, go through 1, the same stitch, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go through, pull through, go through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 3. And that's 5 on there, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wrap your yarn around, pull through all 5 loops. I'm trying to do this looking at the camera, it's kind of hard. Okay, so a single stitch in the next, and you just continue the same pattern. You do the bubble stitch and then you do a single stitch right afterwards. So we're going to go in, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, go through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, pull through all 5. And then a single stitch. And as you can see on the other side, we got our little puffs popping out. See that? They're so cute. Okay, so wrap your yarn around, pull through, go pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go through the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, and when you have 5 on your hook, you know you did 4. Pull through all 5, then do a single stitch. And as you can see, I have my string on the bottom, and that's what I want to cover it through so it's not coming out from the other side and you have to tie no knots. So wrap your yarn around, go in, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, and I got 5 on my hook. I'm going to wrap my yarn around, pull through all 5, and do a single stitch, a single crochet in the next. I call it single stitch, so I hope you guys understand. Single crochet. So wrap your yarn around, go in, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, go in the same stitch, pull through, wrap your yarn around and pull through 2, wrap your yarn around, pull through all 5. Single stitch. And you're just going to continue this all the way around. And I'm just going to speed up here so I can get this out of the way and show you the next step. And now I passed the other yellow straggler, and I'm crocheting right over that and putting it down so it'll be covered up as well. And you won't be able to see that one either. Pull through all 5 and single crochet. And here we are at our end, and at our end we're just going to go on the very top here. As you can see, there's 1, 2. We're going to go into this one right here. That's right. And you're going to slip stitch this. Okay. Now we're just going to pull that through, cut the rest of the yarn off. I'm leaving it a little bit long so I can put my needle right in there, which I'll do right now. And look at, I have the straggler still loose here, and I'm not going to cut that, I'm actually going to sew that in too. And what I pretty much do here to sew it in is I like to go the opposite way, and I start from the first stitch and I pretty much just slide this all the way through in different stitches and try to get it all the way over there at the other end and pull it all the way through. And you can't see a thing. See that? And then I'm just going to cut the rest of this off. It's gone. You stretch it out, it goes right in there. Same thing with this one. I had it backwards. Awesome. A little trouble threading my needle. It's a little shorter than I thought with the string, the yarn. And what I'm pretty much doing is I'm going through the yellow part, not the pink, and I'm going to pull this all the way through. And it's through, as you can see. And what I do is I cut this off, and it's pretty much gone. So our boot is pretty much finished. You can leave it like this, or what you can do is do the flower, which I'll show you how to do right now. Okay, so you're going to get your hook, and you want to do it with the opposite color of yarn, and we have yellow here, so we want to go pink. So what you're going to do is you're going to do your slip, put your hook through, and I believe it's chain up 15, if I remember, 15 or 20. Let me just check real quick. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Does that look long enough to me? No. So it's 20. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, it's 20. Okay, so you do a chain of 20. Like I said, I just pretty much do these on my own. I don't go by patterns or anything like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to half double crochet in Not the first, not the second, but the third one from the hook. So the third one from the hook, you're going to go in, sorry, okay, here we go. I'm trying to do this looking through the camera too. I have a very small screen on this camera. I think it's only like 2 inches. And we're going to go in again in the same stitch with another half double crochet, and you do this 3 times in the same stitch. So that's 2, and do it one more time, 3. Then we're going to slip stitch in the next, then this one you're going to put 3 half double crochets, half double crochets, yes, that's right. I thought I said double. I'm going to confuse you guys. So that's 1, then again, that's 2, and 3. Then we're moving up to the next, and we do a slip stitch. Okay. Then the next one, we do 3 half double crochets in the next, and you're continuing this pattern all the way down. 3 half double crochets in 1 stitch, then the next one's a slip stitch. Until you get to the end. Slip stitch. We're getting to the end here. And you'll see your yarn starting to curl up, and that's a good thing because we are going to curl this all up and make the rose. It's a small little bud rose. It's a good thing it's already curling so you don't have to do so much. And then we're going to do a slip stitch in the next, and then 3 half double crochets in the next, 1, 2, 3, and then a slip stitch in the last stitch. We're going to cut the rest of this off. And just so you know, you can actually do a two-tone, and I'm going to tie these two together. And then let me finish that sentence I was about to tell you right now. Okay, what I was trying to tell you right now is that you can always just slip stitch, and then you can always go with the yellow and go along the top of these stitches here, and you can have a two-tone rose, which is very, very beautiful too, and you can always do that too. But I'm not doing that to this one because I've already done my rose and I don't want to mess this up. So, just so you know, you can always do the two-tone colors, which is really pretty as well. So I'm going to get some pink yarn here, and I'm going to thread my needle. And there it is. And what we're going to do here is you pretty much just fold it, and you want it a little bit open because you know you're going to be putting that button right in there. So as big as your button is, you want to make sure you have enough room to put the button right in the center. So I think that's good enough for me. And I'm just going to bring this all the way up right here, and I'm working into these little loops here. As you can see, there's loops, and I'm working in those. So I'm going to pull this through. I like to leave a little bit loose. And what I do is I pretty much just, the next one, I go in, and the same thing. Over and over again, one at a time. Put it right over. And I'm pretty much just doing this in the other side, as you can see. And we're just going like this, but I do one at a time so it can be on there really nicely. So I already did this one. Now the next. And I just do one at a time. That way everything is secure. You can always just roll it up and just stitch as much as you want in there. But I do one at a time. Get hooked to my scissors. And the last one. Okay. And I'm going to leave that on there. I'm going to get my buttons, which I have over here. Actually, I have them in this side. And I'm just going to pull this off. And when I pull these off, because I got these at Walmart, like I told you, for only 78 cents for 4 of them. They have this little metal in there. I don't know if you can see that. I am moving it back and forth. And I just take my little needle and I just pull it right out of there. Any way I can, because I don't want that on there. That was just to hold it onto the paper. They should have used like some kind of fabric or something, not these metal things. I just say that because they're just so difficult in trying to get them out. Okay, so we're going to put our button right in the center, like I told you. And we're going to just sew this button right in the center using the same string we have without sewing my finger. I poke my finger. And this is a sharp needle. It's not like those other needles. This is a real needle I use. And it's sharp. Should start wearing thimbles. Okay, I'm only going to do 2, I really don't need that much. And we're going to sew this on already. So I look for the center pretty much of the boot. And I try to make sure it's level from the top to the bottom because you don't want to have it up here. You want to have it right in the center. So what I'm going to do is, we already have the yarn attached. I'm just going to go into one of these holes here and pull it all the way through. So now it's pretty much attached. I adjust it. And now I'm going to turn this inside out. And I'm just going to go in here and just pretty much go around the whole thing and just stitch this in as much as I can. You don't have to really worry about the inside that much, but if you do care about the inside and wondering what it looks like, you can actually just pretty much try your hardest to make the stitches as thin as possible like this, where you can't really see it happening. And if you're not a good sewer, you can just pretty much just go in, out, anywhere you want. Just make sure you're in the pink area. This is pretty much done. So I'm going to do my last one right here. And what I like to do is I pretty much go in the loop, pull through, tighten that, and do it one more time. I'm making a good knot. Slip it, down, tuck it, and I'm going to cut this off too. I don't really need it. Okay, so that is pretty much done. Now I'm going to put my flower. So now we need the green yarn. Where did I put my green yarn at? There it is. Just give me a second. It got all knotted up over here, so I'm trying to get the knot out of my yarn so I can work with it. I didn't know, so over here I moved things around so much on my table here just to try to adjust. I was crocheting something else when I was charging my battery on the camera. Okay, I think I got enough unraveled. Make your slip knot. Put your hook through. Chain up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what you're going to do from the third of the hook, which is kind of hard to see, there's 1, 2, 3, you're going to do a double crochet. So you wrap your yarn around, go into the third one, and do a double crochet. I'm doing this differently. So go through 2, wrap your yarn around, go through 2 more. Now the next one's going to be a half double crochet. The next one is a half double crochet. Then you do a single crochet. And then you do a slip stitch. I can actually get in there. There we go. Then you just cut off. Pull through. And then you're going to tie these 2 strings together with a little square knot. And then you just cut that off. And there's your little leaf. Now let's sew that on. Thread my needle. Okay. And as you see here, I have my leaf going towards the heel. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I want my leaf going towards the heel. And when you're doing these boots, make sure you put your flower on the opposite side. You don't want to have both flowers in the inside. You want them having them outside. So many people make mistakes and they have to take the flower off. Just make sure you try not to make that mistake. I've done it once. So I don't want to, you got to make sure you're doing it because you forget sometimes. So what I pretty much do is I go in, and actually I go into here so you can't see the knot that I put in. It's hidden underneath here, underneath the flower. There we go. Pull that through. And what I like to do is I just pretty much go through this in and out from each stitch. All the way around. And at the end here, I like to get the very top of the stitch here, go through, and go through one more time. So it actually holds down the tie knot that we did at the end, so it doesn't unravel. And you hide those loose ends as well when you do that. And we're just coming up on the leaf. There it is. Now I'm going to tie it in and go through the yellow and the pink, so it's actually hidden under the flower. And when I'm doing this, I'm only getting a little bit of the pink. I don't want to go all the way in through it and show the green, so I'm just getting a little bit of the pink. And one more time. cut the rest of this off. And I like to just tie these two together 3 times. Make sure it's secured and it'll never come loose again. So tie it nice and tight. Cut the rest of it off. And then tuck it right in the back of this, and it never gets shown again. Now, you open it up, because I told you these are for like a toddler. These are just little slippers, little slipper boots. And what I like to do is I pretty much get some tissue paper, which I don't have any here right now, and I fill it up just to get it to frame right. But as you can see, it's framed pretty well here, and it came out really cute. So now I got my 2 boots. One has tissue paper on the bottom. As you can see, I have the tissue, just, you know, getting that frame nice and neat. So when I take out the tissue, my boot pretty much stays that way, you know. It's just shaping it pretty much before. It's just like when you put your shoes on, you gotta wear them in. So here is the boots, and that's the end of this tutorial pretty much. You guys learned how to make the boots. These are pretty large boots. And I have my measuring tape here. And these are close to, these are 4.5 inches. So pretty much these are like a size 5 to 6 in toddlers. Maybe a 7, I think a 7.5 pretty much in a toddler's. And these are just so cute. They can wear them around the house, anything like that. These are so cute for little toddlers. And if you want to make them infant, like I told you, use a size 4.5 millimeter hook, which is, you can either use a G hook or an H hook for an infant size. This is like pretty much preemie, and this is infant. So if you want a smaller boot for like an infant or for a preemie, you will use these hooks, which is a G for preemie and an H for infant, which is a 4.25 millimeter hook for preemie and a 5 millimeter hook for an infant. So just to let you know, you can always use the same pattern, same stitches, and just use a smaller hook and you get a smaller boot. So this is Sabrina with another tutorial. Please comment, question, sub, you know. And till next time, peace, love, and respect to one another. Peace.